Hey, Bruce Naylor here. And when it comes to Microsoft and their Surface product line, they've got a big problem now because Consumer Reports is no longer recommending the Surface tablets and notebooks in the future. I'll give you more details right after this. Hey, and welcome to another edition of Frugal Tech. This is an episode I've been wanting to make for the last few days and just haven't had the time to get to it. So let's get right into this. So what has happened is that Consumer Reports, a very trusted organization when it comes to reliability and quality of different products that we all buy and use, has recently told people that the Surface product line is no longer recommended. And the reason being, and I just want to read to you a little bit of the article on Consumer Reports. It says, Consumer Reports is removing its recommended designation from 4 Microsoft laptops and cannot recommend any other Microsoft laptop or tablets because of poor predicted reliability in comparison with most other brands. To judge reliability, Consumer Reports surveys its subscribers about the products they own and use, and new studies conducted by the Consumer Reports National Research Center estimate that 25% of Microsoft laptops and tablets will present their owners with problems by the end of the second year of ownership. The article goes on to say that they surveyed over 90,000 people who own laptops and tablets, and given the data that they got back, they predict 25% or 1 in 4 Microsoft devices will develop problems within the next 2 years. Now, Microsoft is adamantly debating the data that Consumer Reports is using. However, Paul Thurrott was able to actually obtain an internal Microsoft graph looking at the 90-day return rate of Microsoft devices since 2014. And the not so surprising device with the most problems or highest return rate is the Surface Book. And the Surface Book has had return rates as high as 17%. That's about 1 out of 6 Surface Books sold have been returned from the customer. The Surface Studio has done very, very well as opposed to other Microsoft products, somewhere around, and I'm looking at this, somewhere in the neighborhood of under or just a little over 2% return rate. Now, Microsoft says that according to its surveys of its customers, that the Surface product is very highly regarded by its customers, and they would, over 90% would more than likely buy another one. So where does this leave Microsoft right now? Well, certainly a bloody nose to a company that's just really recently gotten into the hardware business. And yes, there's been certain problems that's risen, probably because of Windows updates and some of the unique drivers that Microsoft uses, say, in its Surface Book, that you wouldn't find in other kinds of hardware. So what does Microsoft to do about being told by Consumer Reports that their products are basically unreliable and not recommended? Well, I think Microsoft's going to have to do a campaign, a marketing campaign, to show that customers are indeed happy and they will buy these products again. And given a chance that next year, I don't think there's much they're going to be able to do this year to change Consumer Reports' mind, but next year, Microsoft has to clearly demonstrate that they've cleaned up their act and that these are the quality products and the premium products that which you're being charged for. It's a very interesting problem that Microsoft has right now to be not recommended by Consumer Reports. But what I want to know, my question to you is, how important is Consumer Reports in your purchase decision, your buying decision? Do you even read Consumer Reports? Do you even use it? Or do you take it kind of with a grain of salt? Remember, Apple also, its new MacBook Pro with Touch Bar, was not recommended by Consumer Reports because it did not live up to the expected battery life. But Apple was able to come back and show, well, that had to do, I believe, with something with a developer kind of tool turned on, which drained the battery life a little quicker than what Apple said. Is this a case where Microsoft has just had some driver issues that are all fixed? By everything I'm reading, it's all good to go now, and Microsoft's not experiencing these problems. And I put this graph up, of course, sorry, it's kind of blurry, kind of a little hard to read, but all the product lines now are experiencing a return rate of less than 8%, the lowest being the Surface Studio, and then followed by, I believe, the Surface Pro 4. So let me know in the comments down below, how do you think this affects Microsoft? Bruce Naylor, I'll talk to you later.